York's looking to convert on some of these chances. They've had plenty of opportunities, but have been snake-bitten thus far. And as the puck is dropped, they win the draw here inside the defensive zone. On the attack along the boards. And that one's broken up by a great defensive play. Carries it in. Moves it to Sheary. Sends the pass over with the backhand. And that's a paddling from the goaltender.
I like how he was able to follow the puck. Good saving close.
Takes the pass. Right in front with the stop.
Petrie's able to get everything behind this hit. He really lays one on here.
New York's had the scoring opportunities. They just haven't been able to capitalize as they continue to trail. Trocheck's won the faceoff. Slides it across to Sheary. Sherry's got the puck. And now it's over to Trocheck. Slides it to Boyle. Picked off. Tried to be too cute on the pass. Tkachuk's carrying it ahead. Sends it across. Completely misses on the play.
You don't even make the goalie work here. You've got to make him have to do something in the net.
Comes up with the stop. New York's had a lot of good looks on net, but they continue to trail here in the second. Zibanejad's won the face-off deep inside the offensive zone. New York's got control of it now here in the offensive end. The Rangers get a hold of the puck along the boards. Deflected away. Nice defensive use of the stick there. And now he angles it across to Marchand. Here they come on the attack. Snapper from the slot. And the traffic neutralizes that threat. New York's trying to shake the defender. He's in all alone. Denies him on the breakaway. Quick pass to Zibanejad. Back to the blue line. Wrists one, and that's blocked. Play blown dead. Penalty coming up here. And he's off to the box for 2 for tripping.
Not much of an argument there. A stick between the player's feet.
Well, this gives us our first chance to take a look at the team's power play unit.
They've worked on the power play a lot at practice over the last couple of days. This is their first one tonight, and they'll want to execute what they've worked on, which is to win the draw and start moving the puck.
Tries to feed it over to Rodriguez. Takes it across the blue line. Heads deep inside the offensive zone. More time off the clock as they grab the puck. And manages to clear the zone. Oh, and he tracks it perfectly in the offensive end. Here's a short pass to Ekblad. Moves it around along the half wall. New York's going to be able to kill a few seconds off now with the puck. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. And they can't connect. And a stick in the lane ends that threat. The Panthers come up empty-handed on the power play. Both sides back to even strength.
Sometimes you go on the ice with the best of intentions, and it goes all wrong right away. That's how I'd characterize that power play.
Here in the late goings of the period, 1-0 the score. Rodriguez wins it in the dots. Reinhardt's got it on the offensive end. Here's a chance! Oh, what a stop! Moves it quickly over to Connolly. Through the neutral zone, moving the puck along the side. One times it, scores!
Well, the game back to level now. Anybody that's had a lead, the lead is gone, and now we're evened up again. Man, these burn the coaching staff. When they see a player get open in the high slot, the first thing they're going to look for is who's supposed to be standing near him.
Giving themselves some positive vibes to go into the dressing room into after this period as they have evened things up here late.
To go into the third period even would be a victory here for them. There's going to be a penalty on this play here, James.
There's the whistle, and a penalty is coming up on this one. DiGiuseppe's been nabbed for tripping.
You see he hangs his head and heads towards the penalty box. It's always a frustrating penalty to take.
Another chance here on the man advantage.
Doesn't matter whether you've had 1 or 10 power plays. The fundamentals of it are the same. Win the draw, get the puck to the point, try and spread the penalty killers out.
And now he moves it to Barkov. Denies him with a save. Here's an opportunity, and another stop.
Stop 1, stop 2. The goalie makes a couple of excellent saves.
Florida's got the puck along the boards. Knocked away. Florida's looking to break out of their own end. Second period nearly into its final minute here. Huge play in his own end to come up with the puck. Gets it out of his own end. Explores his options behind the net. Great defensive effort breaking up the pass. Went for the dirty dangle and it goes sideways. Score remains tied after the power play fails to deliver.
That's a long time to sit in the penalty box when the game is tied and you've just taken a penalty to put your team shorthanded. But he gets bailed out. The penalty kill does an excellent job.
Second period is in the books. Still too close to call. We are tied at 1.
As a safety issue and courtesy to you, our fellow fans, please keep the aisles clear during gameplay and wait for...
Third period is just around the corner, so don't even think about putting that controller down. And they are ready to drop the puck on period number 3. The next goal will be a critical one as we are still tied getting underway here in the third. Zibanejad's going to play into the corner. Oh, and a great defensive play there. And that skips away on a nice defensive deflection. New York's gained possession along the boards. Save made by the goalie. Hammers it from the point, denies him.
You put this kind of pressure on, eventually they can't chase you anymore. Now he's got room to carry the puck.
Here's a shot, makes a save, gets a piece of it with the glove. Scores! And the deadlock is broken.
Well, what a crushing goal to give up. But the other guys worked hard for it. They pressed the play, and now they've got the lead. Maybe the goalie can stop it on the way out of the net. That laser went past him so quickly, he didn't even move.
The Rangers, as they make their way back to the face-off circle, feeling a little bit better about themselves with a 1-goal lead.
Now you can see the finish line, and how you get there is really going to determine what happens here. I say stay aggressive. Try and get another one.
Great use of the body to knock him off the puck. And that's broken up with a stick in front. Lowers the boom with that hit. Fox is swooping in on the attack. Takes the puck into the corner of the offensive end. And tries to make a diagonal pass to Fox. Oh, he stopped that one. That was a fireball. Here's the pass. Snaps one here in the slot. He scores! On the rebound, lights the lamp for the goal.
The rebound snapped away. What a nice shot. But the goalie's got to do a better job cleaning up that rebound. You can't leave it right there.
Florida's counter-punched back to even things up in the third.
There were times it looked like they weren't going to get back to this point, but now you've made it a sprint to the finish.
Puck scooped up by Harper. And forces a huge turnover here with the steal. Brings the puck into the offensive end now. Back at the point, they set it up. Takes the feed. Moves along the blue line. Quick feed to Fost. Here's a chance on the backhand. Comes up with the stop.
Yeah, he gets out on top of the shooter. There's really nowhere for that puck to go.
More than half the period left to play. We got a tie game. The frozen biscuits dropped and we are back underway here. Connolly's got it across the line. With possession along the wall. That's intercepted. Now he takes it over the line. And now it's grabbed by VC. Moves it to VC. Pass right on the doorstep. Lifts the stick and takes the puck. Passes it to Kunin. Quick pass to Mott. Rips it on net. Makes the save.
Oh, he got lots on that shot. Delivered quickly, but the goalie in position to make the stick save.
Well past the midway mark of this period. The next goal could be a big one as we are tied. Puck is dropped and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. Slides it on over to Lemieux. Along the half wall with the puck. Hammers it on net. Stops the rocket of a shot. And momentum on their side as they win the draw here inside the offensive zone. Slides the puck near the front of the net. Fantastic save!
Bobrovsky's so sharp on this. Reads the play, reads the puck, makes the save.
And pokes the puck loose inside the offensive end. And now he tries to get it across to Mott. Handles the puck. Over the line they come. They've got the defense outnumbered. Flips it up the net. Stopped by the goaltender. Lemieux's got the puck in his own zone. And now it's over to McKegg. Coughs up the puck after that hit. Puck picked up by Kunin. And that one's stolen at center ice. Handles the pass from the right wing. Here's an odd man rush. Miller's got it against the boards. Moves right to the middle. Here's a chance. Fires the wrist shot. Florida's got the puck along the wall. Keeps a hold of the puck after that knock. Moves the puck along the half wall. That's a great heads-up play to bring up the pass. And someone's going off here as the ref's hand goes high in the air. And it's a quick pass to Smith. Here comes the call. Tripping the call on the play.
I don't necessarily think he's trying to trip him here, James, but he gets the stick into his feet, and down he goes.
Another power play opportunity coming up here as they set up at the faceoff. And a solid job tying up his opponent. The Panthers will kill off a few extra seconds now. Receives the pass. Carries it across the line. New York's got a hold of it against the wall. Looking to make something happen along the boards. From the slot. Stopped by the goaltender. There's the go-ahead goal, and we have a new game.
Taking the lead now, you control it. You push the pace, you push the other guys back on their heels. Oh, that's really good stuff. They get to the puck and they're able to cash in. They take the lead, breaking the late tie.
A big face-off here inside the offensive end. Face-off here in the neutral zone, and we are back underway. Nice pass. Wrist shot from the slot, denied by the goaltender. And this one is all over as the final horn sounds. Ray, they had plenty of opportunities to try to get that power play going, and they certainly did.
Well, finally, with having the power play advantage, you would think you're going to cash through a little bit, but the coaches made a couple adjustments on the power play on the bench, and it eventually paid off for them.
And that'll do it from ringside, everyone. For Ray Ferraro, my name is James Cybulski. Get home safely. Thanks so much for joining us.